I was given this insight that these three themes, guidance, themes of guidance, they're what to do to live in a more loving way. And in my life, always known, trust you're not alone. This is your home. Remember, a place where nothing is funny that isn't shared. No one gets laughed at. Where pain that is recognized is part of us. Proximity, if it's close to you, it's part of you. If you see it and sense it, you also feel it and have a responsibility to help it flow and heal. A place where nothing is hidden, because nothing can be hidden. And care and compassion are the first response. No one is an enemy. There is no such thing. Does not exist as a concept. I was given this insight that these three themes, guidance, themes of guidance for how to live, they're proactive. If you pay attention to them, they include don'ts, but they're not don'ts. They're what to do to live in a more loving way. I know them. I can tell now that they're named. I received names last week for these three principles, and I can tell now that they've been named that they've been with me all my life. I've been striving to live this way without knowing it. Be with me in recognizing the presence, and perhaps you will remember it. The wishing well. You wish everyone well. No matter what you encounter, what pain or confusion or trigger or reaction or violation or resentment or crashing or clashing, you wish well. And it's like throwing a wish down a well, where it goes beyond your reach. It goes into the darkness, but it goes into a darkness from which sustenance comes, like the womb. We all carry a vortex within us. We are all fields of energy that spin, counter-rotating fields. And in the center is a vortex. And that vortex connects us to the vortex of life here on Earth, because Earth is spinning, and there is a toroidal field, like a donut, around the Earth. And as you get in touch with the vortex, the center of the Earth, you get in touch with the vortex, the center of the sun, and so on. The coherence between them enables you to make more conscious and intentional prayers. What do you put into the wishing well? By naming it a wishing well, we assert that we will only send prayers that are positive and loving. And any urge we have to do the contrary with anyone is toxic. It's a misuse and abuse of our creative power. It's the reason we all live in a more stunted, hateful world, because this principle is not followed here. So we have to be isolated, ghettoized, in a separate reality. The reasons we are here are many. It's not punishment. And yet We must transcend this pattern in order to change the world. We change ourselves and we change the world, which changes us. It's back and forth. It doesn't need to be complicated. As we work on ourselves, we contribute to healing the world. As the world heals, it makes it easier to work on ourselves. The only question is, how well are each of us doing that? Very kin to the work of Abraham Hicks, an inheritance of Atlantis, indeed. Transparency. To live as if everyone sees through you, sees all that is in you. Nothing is hidden. I live this way as best I can. With my neighbors, with my friends, with those who don't like me. When I sit and stare at them, I presume they see me. All of me. And if they don't, their distractions are the only thing in the way. I am not hiding. Doesn't mean I'm beholden to converse about everything you think you see. Projections are very real. People frequently think they see things that aren't true. But I don't need to argue about the truth because I live as if I'm transparent. The truth of me is here. It's present, not just from this lifetime. Not just from this lifetime. And when we live transparently, a wide range of awful patterns are not present. The question becomes how to share only. When you encounter someone who seeks to share with you or reacts to share with you in a way that doesn't work for you, the immediate well wish is, where can they share this in a way that works? Do they need a healer? Do they need a partner to dance with? Do they need a conversation? What do they need? You pray for them to find what they need gracefully with love. This is a prayer that meets any confusion or delusion. Transparency defeats so much fear. I don't fear the onset of a world in which our identity is shared too broadly, or where cameras can monitor us, or where our emails and phone conversations are all recorded, because I already live as if this is true. The spiritual forces at the center of the earth are far more powerful than any human abortion of an attempt to mimic such power. The computers that record us are not as powerful as the spiritual blood of this earth. Rewrite such things easily, rechannel them easily. It's our fear of being seen that is most toxic. You don't fight it. You don't need to. And you question into yourself, what is it that would urge me to think that I must have protection against being seen? Well, look into that. Something hidden, something that's been hidden, that wants to stay hidden, is probably sick, probably needs help. So you seek help for such parts of yourself, and you're ready to give help to those parts of others with an honest and brave willingness to stare at every way in which it's both. When you encounter someone who is sick in certain ways, you ask yourself, have you been sick in such ways? Might you be? Might you still be? What healing might you need? And by asking that question, you're in a more present way to actually offer them help if they need it. Because pain is generated. You can actually learn to discern where pain is generated. Then you can make up these bullshit worlds in which our immediate attempts to define reality falsely have power. Sure, many people know the lie, but if you aren't ready to be transparent, you're too committed to try and stay in a surface world. And if you're staying in a surface world, you can't go deep. What is close to you? What is in proximity? When you trust and respect that there are three forms to address, what are you close to physically? Do your neighbors fight? Are you drawn on a walk where you see someone in pain? That person is a part of you. So base level, how are you praying for them? Are you wishing them well? Base level, are you making it a little bit better? And then you ask yourself, what part of you might this represent, reflect? Do you still have levels of healing to move through that you've avoided, that you avoid because you think it's someone else who's in pain, because someone else is louder or more present or more dominated by their pain? And thus you're able to avoid your own. And thus you're not able to be present for them in a way that might be deeply healing. It's both. It's always both. When trees are sick, when a tree gets damaged, you can measure nutrients moving to that tree through the mother trees nearby. The biggest trees with the biggest root systems reach out and connect to the mycelial networks in the soil through fungi. And nutrients move from the biggest trees to the ones that are wounded. Be like this. Allow a flow of life through you when there are needs near you, because what is near you is a part of you. And it isn't only physical. What is close to you mentally? Who do you share your thoughts with? You might not be paying attention to this. Perhaps you never have. But your likes and dislikes, your aversions and attractions, your interests keep you close to people. And when you're close to them, are you fighting? Are you fighting in your mind as a regular way of being? Then you're hurting yourself. It is a part of you. When you lash out, what happens? Can you recognize the repercussions within you? If you have not made clear choices about who you share your mind with, perhaps you can't. Perhaps something in you needs to recognize the reflection. Or perhaps you fear using the strength to draw boundaries within your mind. Look into this and breathe with your spiritual affinity, the presence of your shared family, the family that goes beyond this lifetime, the family that unveils memories you might not want to reconnect with, because that is where your deepest love is, undoubtedly. Those who have loved you through the worst pains, those who have been your enemies by choice in another life, because they existed to contain those rages with you so you could live a deeper love now. They are close to you now. Can you transform yourself to be willing and able to reveal this truth to yourself? And remember, I am the wishing well, travel in time to tell. Open hearts can see. Embrace the radiance, live in the Gaia dance, to own with me. And all my life, I've always known. Trust, you're not alone. This is your home. I am transparency flowing through me, heart of what I see. Healing the hidden, leaving oblivion to hone with me. 'Cause all my life I've always known. Trust, you're not alone. This is your home. I am proximity flowing around me, part of me. Giving as I grieve, Gaia dance, we are what we believe. And all my life I've always known. Trust, you're not alone. This is your home.